Give me the storm of tempests of thought and action rather than the dead calm of ignorance and faith. Banish me from Eden when you will, but first let me eat of the fruit of the tree of knowledge. Robert Greene Ingersoll.
Exploring the intersection of politics, science, culture, and history from a secular perspective. It's Secular Yakking with Robert and Tom, the dynamic duo of obscure secular media.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. I hope you did have a wonderful week this time. I know mine was a bit better.
Mine was better as well.
Yeah, and Tom's with us, apparently.
Hi, I'm Tom.
and we also have Kerri.
Hi, I'm back.
So the whole team's back together.
Yeah.
And
if you go back and listen to the podcast, I never wait for you to actually introduce me.
I know you're just always in. That's
I
fine.
just kind of jump in there.
One day I'll have you just start the show. How's that?
I
Just come on and say hi.
Well, I can hear the soundbite for the show intro, and it's so and I sit here like I mouth it to myself. When we're recording, and so someday maybe I'll just talk over it,
Nice.
and do the voices. It's Robert and Tom.
Yeah, that's perfect.
We'll have to try that out sometime.
All right.
So on with the show.
Got a ton of Twitter followers.
We did get a ton of Twitter followers. So I'm going to read most of them, and then Tom's going to read one.
And we read these because we want to, as a thank you, and also all of you should go follow these people on Twitter.
Yeah, absolutely. I follow most of them. I don't follow every single one, because then I would have just this massive Twitter feed.
Yeah.
But, that's kind of cool, though. Anyway, I'll start at the top. Godless G, Lewis Congdon, Following Films Pod, Ragnar,
All caps.
all caps.
Yeah, scream it. Ragnar!
Movie Geek Cast, Manuel Royal, Gravity Beard Podcast, Coaching for Geeks, Utah Outcast, Brainstorm Podcast, The Naked Porch Podcast. That sounds fun.
It does sound fun.
Sounds like some of the places I grew up. I grew up in the South, by the way.
Yeah.
Max, Two Dude Review, Heckler Kane, BBGD, all caps, Johannes Paulson, and William McDonald.
You missed one.
I know, I can't say that one.
All right, so one of my useless talents. We have somebody who's followed us, and it's the Ukrainian apparently, and one of my useless talents is that I can actually read Cyrillic. I taught myself how to read Cyrillic when I was a teenager. So
okay.
So I can't actually read the languages. I can just read the alphabet, and so I can't tell you what the word means. I can just tell you what it says. So it says Patsarapana.
Okay.
And you said it means being it's the verb for being scratched.
Yeah, I happen to have a Ukrainian coworker, and I was like, dude, come over here and tell me what this says. And he was like, oh yeah, I know what that says.
What if that said something not?
He would have told me anyway. He doesn't care.
And we would have just read it in Ukrainian and not said.
I mean, here's the thing, if it's just here, read this, and it says something I don't know.
Well, I showed him it was a Twitter profile, so he knew it was a Twitter profile. I'm not going to say here's a word, read it. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. I'm going to be like, your coworker isn't going to
he was
like
already
you.
freaked out that it's like, hey, come read this Twitter profile to me.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's cool.
We got no reviews.
No reviews, no new patrons.
Come on, guys, get it together.
Yeah, come on.
I don't know.
We did get listener feedback, though.
We did.
Yeah.
That made me happy.
Yes, it made us all happy. So it was from Hugh Mann. Pretty cool guy.
Do you know him?
Seems cool.
He's a Facebook friend of mine. Yes.
Okay, so you Facebook know him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What did he have to say about us?
He says, and this is after last week's show about the election. Says, thanks for your latest show. A knot has been in my gut since the election, and the show truly helped ease it a bit. Thanks again. Hugs.
Well,
Nice.
hugs right back at you, dude.
Yeah.
That is correct.
And yeah, stuff like that makes, because, surprisingly, we actually put some work into this. And so
Yeah.
That kind of
at least once a week.
At least it depends on the day. Sometimes it's a few hours before.
Sometimes a few minutes, just whatever.
Sometimes a few minutes, like, oh, did anyone do show notes?
Yeah.
And so thank you, Hugh. We really, really appreciate that. And last week's show was very kind of cathartic because we just kind of yelled and screamed about it.
Yeah.
The election. So
we got it out of our system, and now we can move on.
And I hear that Kerri has a story for us about a tree.
Yeah. All right.
If the tree falls, Kerri's around. We're about to find out what happens.
Right. So today in 6, the weather here has, like, all day it's been raining, like hardcore raining and hailing. And so we were sitting in 6th period, and my teacher's like instructing and giving the lesson,
as they tend to do.
Right. And I looked out the window and saw that it was hailing nonstop, and yet I see a tree falling, but at first I thought it was just moving, like the wind was really hard, but then it just kept going. I'm like, oh, it's falling. That's awesome. And, like, here's the thing. No one else saw it. And
Well, how can we prove it happened then?
I know. I'm so upset because, like, I was like, did you guys see the tree fell?
Did you hear it?
Yeah, did you hear it? I heard nothing.
So we're going on pure anecdotal evidence that this tree fell.
I saw it. It was so cool, though.
I don't know.
I'm a true believer. I'm a
You're a tree believer.
I'm a tree believer that when a tree falls and Kerri is around, it doesn't make any noise.
Obviously.
And now we know.
But, like, I was really not, like, I was really wanting, like, a crashing sound, and everyone would be like, oh, what was that? And I was like, I saw it. It was a tree. But nothing happened.
Stole your thunder. Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
Tree.
I was like, that would have been so satisfying if there was
It could have
just
been your
a
moment.
crashing sound.
It could
Yeah,
have been.
it could have been my big moment,
But no. And now everybody's going to be skeptical of you.
right?
And now 6th period is just dull. What is 6th period?
6th period is my math, my algebra 2.
It's already dull.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was like telling my friend, it was like, I saw a tree fall down. It's like, well, I didn't see it. And it was like, I know you were in the room next to me, but like it happened. I swear.
You're gonna be going around like some like crazy like
Yeah.
tree falling version of like a Scientologist around the school now, like trying to convince people. Check your thetans.
Check your thetans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. If you go to my school and like right by it will be that tree that fell down, but like it's far enough to where, again, we didn't hear anything, but like it's physically there. Like
Okay.
I swear.
People are listening. People are listening to this right now and just being like, "What is happening?"
Yeah.
they're talking about trees falling. Like,
What has happened?
It's a lesson in anecdotal evidence.
yeah, we'll call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got on the docket tonight?
I have an announcement.
All right,
Ooh.
shoot.
The Humanists of Washington Winter Solstice Party is back. Since we skipped it last year, we're going to have it this year.
I'm excited.
Yeah, the Humanists of Washington and Seattle Atheists, along with the University Unitarian Humanist, cordially invite free thinkers and their families and friends from Seattle and beyond to celebrate the coming winter solstice with our annual Solstice Potluck.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
It will be Saturday, December 10th, 5 to 8 p.m. at the University Unitarian Church in Seattle, and I'll put the address in the show notes. And here, bring a prepared dish to share with 8 or more people. This year, we're encouraging attendees to bring new socks to donate to Treehouse, an organization benefiting foster youth in the greater Seattle area. Juice, tea, coffee, and adult beverages already await you. Ingredient labels are appreciated for guests with allergies and dietary restrictions. Children are welcome and essential part of this celebration. We will have some craft activities for them and welcome teens who wish to help facilitate and assist with this.
Hashtag be a babysitter.
Yeah, exactly. Trust me, I did it.
I know what Kerri's doing on December 10th.
I mean, I technically get free food out of it, so
Yeah,
I'm
that's
okay.
that's not that bad of a deal, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be fun. I expect to see some other radio personalities there. Sam and Becky should be there.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know,
maybe
that is of
Ask an Atheist.
I'm Asking Atheist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool.
And we'll have the website, or it's a meetup
Yeah, we'll have
event.
it's a meetup, so we'll put that on the show notes.
Yep.
Anything
And
else?
no, I think that's all that's going on. I don't have. My day was really dull.
I
I went to work today, and I had to like take the labels off some books and like scrub like the goopy stuff off.
Sounds like the best.
That was my day. Although I did get there and there was no school today. It was just like a work day for everybody. And so this is how my day went. It's not as exciting as the tree, but so I went to Starbucks this morning on my way to work because I wanted to get, they have like this cheese and like cracker platter that's really good because it has brie cheese, and I love brie cheese. Like brie cheese and Cyrillic, those are like my favorite things. And that was a joke about the Ukrainian thing anyway.
Yeah, I kind of got that a little late.
Not even a pity laugh.
Well, I don't even have the Wawa set up, so I can't do that either.
So I go there, and I'm all excited. I'm like, I'm gonna get me some brie cheese and some crackers. It's gonna be a good day, Tom. So I go, and they're out.
Oh no!
So I sulk into work, and the vice principal was the only other person there today, and she's a good friend of mine. I'm sitting there, I was like, before we start working, let's just go like get some breakfast. And so we went to like this like whole like organic food store or something like that, and we bought like $20 worth of cheese and crackers and just like pigged out.
Nice.
It was awesome, and that was my day.
That's exciting.
Nice.
Oh, and I'm going to be on the Danthropology podcast.
That's right.
Ah.
Yes, I was interviewed. For those who don't know, I write for the blog Danthropology on the Pathos Network. I've been slacking of late, but whatever. I'm busy. So Dan Arrow, who of course is quasi-famous for harassing Ken Ham and taking away his $19 million or $17 million in taxpayer funds. I write for that guy.
That's cool.
I was on his podcast talking about the Electoral College, and that will actually be out on Wednesday.
So same day this is.
So same day. So you get a double dose of Tom this week, you guys. You guys, be excited.
That's insane.
Yeah, even I can't. Even I can't handle that much me.
Yeah, it might be a little too much.
Hi, this is Dan.
Brian and Matt with the Godless Revolution podcast. We've had a lot of great guests on this show.
Such as Russell Glasser, Dan Arrow, Brian Fields, David Silverman, Doug Mesner, a.k.a. Lucian Greaves, and Joey Kirkman, whom we love a lot.
We've also had a lot of really cool local guests. And we're a podcast that likes to fight for the separation of church and state and against anti-skepticism of all kinds.
You should give us a listen, because if you don't, you're going to be really sad.
Make your ears happy. Listen to the Godless Revolution podcast.
All right.
So, and also it's already that time of year. My favorite time of year, the war on Christmas.
My favorite war.
I was so excited that you put this in the show.
Yeah. So we have our first shots and our first casualties in the war on Christmas. Yeah. Free Thought Radio, which has broadcast from Madison, Wisconsin station for over a decade, was replaced with Christmas music.
Gross.
Really?
Really. So Free Thought Radio is hosted by FFRFs, Dan Barker, Annie Laurie Gaylor. That's the Freedom from Religion Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And has been the official show of the FFRF since 2004. The station WXXM has been a progressive station until just after the election, when the station decided that shows like Free Thought Radio did not fit in.
Well, that just seems correct.
It doesn't fit in.
Yeah. That was basically what they said, that Free Thought Radio doesn't fit into their new
Christmas music? Like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Raider. Yes.
Raider. I'm tired,
Congrats.
okay? If you hear my cracker story, that really took it out of me today. All
Yeah,
right?
I bet.
I'm just exhausted from all that cheese and crackers, all right?
Who wouldn't be?
Yeah, so this is very frustrating to me. I mean, they've been on the radio for that long, and then suddenly, nope, Christmas music. I don't get it.
I see the link here is from Christian Post.
Yeah, that's where I found it.
I'm opening this link. Open
Okay.
link. It might kick me out of stuff, if so we'll just log back in.
So Dan Barker said, "We're looking at this as an opportunity rather than a disruption. Stay tuned." So I imagine they're going to try and get on another radio station.
Yeah,
I would
I hope
imagine.
so.
I mean, they already do everything in podcast anyway, so all the shows get, moved into podcast once they finish with them. But
Wow, and they canceled them quick. Oh,
yeah,
wow,
it's like within like a week. It's
Whoa.
like they got the letter on Friday, and now they're no longer on the air.
yeah,
You're
that's
like,
crazy. They
hey,
just
no.
nixed them quick. That's
Well,
insane.
I think this is part of a larger issue with progressive radio that I've been seeing the past, 5 or 6 years, of progressive radio slowly getting pushed off the air because it's not as profitable.
Yeah.
And that was a problem here with a local station that I used to listen to all the time. And then they went sports.
Radio in general is like, I mean, let's be honest, radio in general is kind of dying.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, why would anyone listen to the radio when they can just dial up their favorite podcast like Secular Yakking?
Yeah.
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I see this as a larger issue.
Yeah.
Not necessarily silencing of the progressive voice, but it's just, since it's not profitable, we're not going to talk about it.
So capitalism is destroying things.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well. But
Don't even get me started. I joined the Socialist Party this week. That's the other thing that happened. I joined the Socialist Party this week, so I'm gonna rage quit capitalism as soon as I get my member packet.
Nice.
All right, so that's the beginning of the war on Christmas. I mean, don't even get me started on Starbucks
That's
cups.
not so.
Oh,
Christmas
no.
is, but Christmas is winning the war on Christmas.
Yeah, I know.
That's unfortunate.
Well, there'll be some shots later. We'll see what happens.
So our local mall here in Escondido, where I live, they have this huge Christmas tree. It's a 3-story mall, and the tree goes from the bottom floor almost to the ceiling, like right in the middle rotunda. It's huge. And so I really want to go get a menorah, like a really small one, and just stand next to the tree and have my brother or something and the top take a picture of me. I wasn't really going anywhere with that. It's just funny in my head. So
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, we should. I'll probably be putting up the poll again this year.
the Festivus poll,
Yeah.
you're getting it from Chaz Stevens.
I still have the one from last year.
Okay, that's good. So are we gonna have to fight after the show?
Maybe, I don't know.
We'll see how it goes. Just don't tell him you know me. Chaz Stevens hates me.
He knows I know you.
Okay. Yeah.
We have a mutually exclusive relationship between the three of us.
That's
You
good.
two don't talk to each other, and I don't talk about either one of you. So
That's probably for the best. Chaz Stevens.
Yeah,
for those who
that
don't
seems
know,
fair.
for those who don't know, Chaz Stevens, and I'm just gonna make it real vague. Chaz Stevens started a fake satanic church because of me.
Oh.
So I can cross getting someone to start a religion off my bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
all right.
All right. Onwards. Speaking of churches,
Yeah.
so this is something I saw this the other day. So the question is, can church service count towards public college credits? So Alliance Defending Freedom is representing 2 students at the University of Wisconsin. What does that say? Eau Claire?
Eau Claire, yeah, it's French. Because Wisconsin has a lot of weird Frenchness.
Oh, University of Wisconsin, comma. Eau
Oh, yeah,
Claire.
yeah, yeah.
These people, These people who don't write. Claiming the university is discriminating against them because it will not accept their submission of teaching religion at church as their 30 hours of service learning activity, which is required to graduate. So the chancellor said that the university guidebook says that time spent promoting religious doctrine or worship won't be counted. I can't talk tonight. I'm having a real issue with that. I'm having a serious... Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, community service at the church when you're promoting religion doesn't count as community service.
Right.
The ADF say this kind of animosity towards religion, the horror, this kind of discrimination towards religion is unconstitutional.
Yeah. So what these girls are trying to do is they teach either Sunday school or they do choir or something like that, and they want to use that as their community service hours that count towards graduation.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you can't.
Like, if they were getting together with their church to, like, go build a house for somebody.
That's different.
Yeah, that would make sense. But this is just promoting a sectarian view, which...
Right.
Yeah.
And since it's the University of Wisconsin, my guess is they get public funds, and so they can't...
Correct.
They can't allow that to count using, public money. That made more sense in my head.
Yeah.
I told you guys I'm exhausted from the cracker thing.
what may happen with this, if this goes to court, right? It's likely just going to get thrown right out because it's baseless.
Yeah, it's obviously, and it's not about animosity towards religion. It's about preventing the entanglement of church and state because it means you can't use public, a public institution to promote a religious doctrine.
Right.
Because otherwise all the Christians would flood it and be like, oh, community service is me preaching on the town square.
Well, not only would churches flood it, I was feeling that there would be a nice little satanic community service that comes up real quick after that.
I'm willing to bet it would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's 30 hours, people.
Seriously.
Like,
you can get 30 hours anywhere.
Seriously, yeah, 30 hours. Like, go volunteer at a thrift shop. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if that would count, but I know somebody one time who had to do community service because they got a ticket. And they ended up training to be at a thrift shop.
Well, the kids here, in order to graduate high school, have to put in 40 hours of community service.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to do... I don't know, it's been a long time since I had to do that, but I think it was around 30 or 40 hours.
I've been around long enough to where we didn't have such things.
Robert is ancient.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I just volunteered at the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah. And that's acceptable.
And that's except the Boys and Girls Club is actually run by a religious organization.
Yes, we realize that.
Yeah, I know, but I need it.
They don't proselytize in the... Normally, they don't proselytize.
Normally,
Boys and Girls Club. Yeah.
My kids actually went to a Boys and Girls Club for a while. I was after school care, and they didn't openly proselytize to the kids, but they did. Like, they had stuff over there. It was like, the things we believe, and it's like, we believe in God and we believe in this. And
mine doesn't have that.
Yeah, my kids were just like, we just want to play air hockey, like.
Yeah. That's
but they
want to do.
They were. I won't say anything too bad about them because they were good people in that program. So
yeah, they generally are. So.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so no, you can't proselytize and get college credit for it, kids. Sorry,
no.
unless you go to a private religious institution, in which case I'm sure you can do that.
That is correct.
That would make sense.
God We Trust invaded your town. Are you tired of government officials who want to plaster In God We Trust on taxpayer-owned property? Are you afraid because your local sheriff placed an In God We Trust decal on the patrol cars? We are here to help. The original motto project is for those who feel the separation of church and state is an important issue and should be honored regardless of your belief or lack thereof. Theists, non-theists, and all free thinkers are welcome. We need your support to show politicians that diversity exists within our nation and their promotion of a monotheistic religion and push for theocracy will not be tolerated. Stand up and be heard. Join us at originalmotto.us.
All right, so Ray Comfort said something interesting.
Yeah.
He always does.
Yeah. In an article for WorldNet Daily, Comfort was talking about how an atheist will never be president because they have no morals. Then he changed over to teenage girls.
Of course.
I know, that's a weird...
This is all you, Kerri. Ray Comfort's after. Ray Comfort's after you.
That's just wrong. All right, here's what he said. Nor should you trust an atheist with your teenage daughter in the workplace or in the legislature. Oh, let me redo that because I read it too fast. Nor should you trust an atheist with your teenage daughter in the workplace or in the legislature. This is because of their track record. History reveals that atheists have been responsible for the slaughter of 110 million human beings.
Whoa, have they looked at medieval times?
And I did that in my best Kiwi accent, by the way.
Where does he get the number?
Okay, I can tell you exactly where you got this number because this is Ray Comfort's thing. He's adding up Stalin, Pol Pot, Mao, right? There's a few others that he's adding up. He's adding up all these despots, right, that are technically atheists, right? Yeah. Supposedly. Mm-hmm. And he's also throwing Hitler in there.
Of course. But, like, have they looked into medieval times?
But still, 110 million? I mean, you got to throw in the Black Death to do
this
that.
Yeah.
This is... Okay, well... I'm a historian. Let's do this. Let's do it. Hang on. Play my soundbite.
Great Scott! Marty! We have to go yak to the past!
Impromptu yak to the past.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so we're talking about... basically the question here would be, did they murder these people to push an atheist agenda?
Correct.
And so...
Because that's what he usually puts out.
Right. And this is a pretty standard thing, and other people have covered it, and so I'm just going to wing it. I'm sure somebody else has covered it more in depth than I'm going to here, but... So it's total nonsense. Now, people were persecuted and killed in the Soviet Union because of their religious beliefs. That did happen.
Correct.
Most of like the purges and things like that happened in the Soviet Union were for political reasons, not religious reasons, even though it did happen for religious reasons. So we have to kind of grant them that it did happen. Several thousand priests were either executed or sent off to Siberia for the simple fact that they were priests. Marxism, as practiced by the Bolsheviks, was officially atheistic, and they did persecute religious people. They converted churches into, museums of science and things like that. Stalin quite famously blew up the I'm drawing a blank. The big church on Red Square is built by Ivan IV. I can't believe I can't think of this.
I don't know the name of it, or I'd help you.
St. Basil's. Is it St. Basil's?
Okay, we'll go with that.
Sure.
I think it's St. Basil's Cathedral. I could be wrong about that, but there was like some church that was built by Ivan IV, and Stalin blew it up because it was a church.
Well, that kind of sucks, actually.
And they ended up rebuilding it after the Stalinist era and Khrushchev kind of. Anyway, so yes, some people in the Soviet Union were killed because they weren't atheists. That did happen. It was not very commonplace, but it did happen. So it would be wrong of us to not grant them at least that. But 110 million. So Hitler, first of all, was not an atheist. Hitler was a Roman Catholic.
Mm-mm.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
And Germany quite actively promoted religion, Christian religion, and also kind of a neo-paganism that kind of went along with their Aryan philosophy.
Right.
I can't comment on Mao and Pol Pot because I'm not familiar with Asian history, so I'm not going to comment on that. But yeah, it's total nonsense to say that this happens.
Yeah, that number is so ridiculous.
Yeah. I know in North Korea it does happen. People, like, if you smuggle a Bible in, they'll kill you.
Oh, wow.
And it's because of in kind of Marxist doctrine and rhetoric can be kind of, if you read the thing, especially Lenin, it is very anti-religious at one point. I think it's Lenin who says that it talks about how all socialists must be atheists, and so at sometimes the doctrine does get anti-religious. But to say that they killed them because they're atheist is complete nonsense. It takes actual religion to do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the end of my impromptu yak to the past.
Nice.
All right. Cool.
You're welcome.
Took great comfort to get an impromptu yak from the past.
Yep.
There you go.
All right.
So you got a Potter Award for us.
I do. Let me hit the button.
Oh, oops.
I am an old man, and most people hate me, but I don't like them either, so that makes it all even.
So, yes, I do have a Potter Award this week.
Yay.
Yeah, and that is Iowa Governor Terry Branstad. I keep wanting to say Barnstand. I don't know.
No, I see that.
Yeah. So let's get into that. Justin Scott, an atheist from Iowa who got YouTube famous for asking presidential candidates what they would say to non-religious voters during the primaries, decided it would be a good idea to ask the governor of Iowa, Terry Branstad, the same question. And
I like Barnstein better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do have an audio, so hang on.
What do you do with the non-believers in this country, with the growing number of those that don't affiliate with any certain religion? It's on the rise, especially with the young voters.
Well,
how do we get them involved? What do we do with them?
Well, I think we need to try to lead by example. I mean, it's just like, taking our children to church and encouraging them to get involved.
But many of the non-believers don't go to church.
I know, but that's the reason why parents need to try to provide some leadership and encourage that, and encourage our children to stay involved even when they go off to college, and that's a challenge.
And then he pushed him into the traffic in the background.
I hear that. It sounds like a train. But...
So, what he's saying is that even atheist parents should send their kids to church.
Well, he also didn't answer the question.
Well, no, he didn't.
He wasn't asking about religion. He was asking about politics. How do we get them involved in politics? And he's like, well, send them to church. So that didn't answer the question.
That is his answer. That is his answer. Send them to church. That's how you get them involved in politics, because then they come out apparently moral people who can actually do politics.
Apparently.
Huh.
Because that's the answer he gave. I mean, he talks about they go off to college, and you know we all know college people come back socialist.
That does happen. It happens to only the best of us, though.
Oh, okay.
I'm rooting for you, Kerri.
Right?
You're almost there.
Right? So, like, most of my friends, as I've said this before, are, like, non-religious. Almost every single one, which is great for me. Like, I love it. But, we'll have some of this, like, religious talk-wise, and we're just like, yeah, have you guys been to a church? And they're like, yeah, I don't like it. I was like,
well, a lot of...
I don't want that.
What's the famous Pew poll where, the nuns are growing?
Yeah, it's something like 35% of people under 35.
Yeah, people really don't go to church. Of course, none doesn't mean atheist, so...
Right.
Well,
people don't, like, going to church isn't really a thing that a lot of people do anymore.
What's interesting is that my friends, they actually wanted to see it, because they haven't been to them, but they wanted to go with their religious friends one time just to see how it all works and what it seems, and they do not like it. I'm like, I wouldn't doubt that. Like, most of them are just like, it's really weird, and I don't know. But yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
church is boring. Anyway, so why does he get it?
Yeah,
Why-
they said that
So why
as
does
well.
why does Mr. Barnstand? And I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm doing it on purpose. Why does Mr. Barnstand get a Potter Award?
Well, as you know, I don't give a Potter Award to someone for just doing one stupid thing. They've got to do a multitude of stupid things, or something really, really horrible in a single occurrence.
Yeah.
Well, this guy happened to do it twice.
Oh.
I could have found more, but I didn't because it was just been repetitive, same crap. Okay, where was this? So last year, he signed a proclamation encouraging Bible reading on courthouse lawns, and it reads as such: I, Terry E. Brandstand, Governor of the state of Iowa, do hereby encourage all Iowans to join in this historical Iowa 99 County Bible Reading Marathon to take place June 30th through July 3rd in front of all 99 courthouses, and furthermore encourage individuals and families in Iowa to read through the Bible on a daily basis each year until the Lord comes.
What?
Whoa.
How did this guy not get sued?
I don't know. Well, the thing is, on this proclamation, this was also passed by the House, the legislature.
It still begs the question: how did he not get sued?
Yeah, that's the problem. He didn't get sued that I know of. There was a lot of trouble around this, but I don't think anybody sued him for this crap, and they should have.
Yeah.
Because holy crap, that's about as religious as you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about crossing the line. He triple jump leaped over it.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, people who think that getting involved in politics involves going to church don't typically respect the separation of church and state.
Generally, no.
Wow.
So
yeah,
and that's why this guy gets the Potter Award, because that's just insanely over the line.
Yeah.
I mean, until the Lord comes, I got a lot of stuff I could do instead.
Well, we've been waiting 2,000 years.
Well, yeah.
You have more trees to watch fall.
Yeah, exactly. To where no one sees them.
Yeah. I have
hear
I have
them.
more faith in your tree than in the Lord coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there you go, Barnstand. I refuse to pronounce your name right.
Yes.
All right.
So,
Do you have a book for us this week?
I do have a book for us this week.
Okay.
I haven't done this in a while. I think I might have done this one before. I don't remember. If I have a feeling people will get over it.
Oh,
But so of course the big thing last week was the election, and it brought into question things like the Electoral College, which was a point of contention this last 16 years, especially for liberals.
Yes.
And so there are reasons that the Electoral College is in the Constitution. There's a reason a lot of things are in the Constitution. So I really encourage people to read the book The Quartet by historian Joseph J. Ellis. And the subtitle of the book is Orchestrating the Second American Revolution, 1783 to 1789. And it's basically about how the Constitution was written and why certain things are in there. It talks about the Electoral College. And so I really encourage people to read that book as a starting point to understanding the dynamics of the writing of the Constitution. So get on it, people. There'll be in a couple of weeks there'll be a report due.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll get my Cliff Notes out.
Gotta turn that assignment in.
Absolutely. I grade on a curve, don't worry.
Mm.
And so
it's bad for one of us.
It is bad for one of you. And so I think that is all we have this week.
Yeah, that's all I've got. Let's do some contact info.
Yeah, so you can get a hold of me, Tom, on Twitter at TCSL. And just so everybody knows and can join along with me, I'm doing this new thing on Twitter.
Which is why I had to stop retweeting you.
Which is why Robert had to stop retweeting me. So I've decided that every day when I wake up, the first thing I do is I get on Twitter and I tweet to Donald Trump and tell him to go F himself.
Nice.
And so So follow me on Twitter and join along in the fun at TCSL.
it.
ESSEL is how you spell the last name. You can email me, Tom at secularyacking.com, or find me on Facebook, facebook.com/TCSL.
Kerri?
Alright, let's see if I get it right this time.
I hope so. It's written down.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah. Alright, so you can find me on Twitter at KRNightmares99. You can email me at Kerri at secularyacking.com, and I have a professional Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Kerri Draws Stuff, and the Kerri Draw Stuff is all not capitalized. So, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I just found out about this, and I just went and liked the page. So get on there and, like, harass her to draw things.
Yeah, I love it. Do it.
All right, you do that.
Yeah.
I guess it's my turn? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get me on Twitter at the Motto Guy. I finally started using that again. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
And you can email me, Robert at secularyacking.com, or get me on Facebook at facebook.com/the Motto Guy. Pretty easy, right?
And if you want to get a hold of us here at the show, you can email us podcast@secularyacking.com. Find us on Twitter at secularyacking, Facebook, facebook.com/secularyacking. We're not very clever with our names. Patreon, get on Patreon, patreon.com/secularyacking, or leave us a voicemail at 704-802-9255.
What's that number again?
The number is 704-802-9255.
Excellent.
Which I think is 704-802-YAK with two Ks.
Yes, it is.
And so we start the show with a Robert Greene Ingersoll quote. We did George Washington last week because I had to like rage quit people, but and it made me feel better. So usually Kerri reads it, but we're calling on people to give us their best Robert Greene Ingersoll quote. Are we having them read it, or are we having Kerri read it?
We're having them read it if they want, or we can have Kerri read it.
So suggest a quote. Send us a a short audio file of you reading the quote, and maybe we'll put it up there. Maybe we won't.
Yeah.
Who knows? You'll find out.
You will find out.
You tune in next time.
Tune in next time, and until next time, goodbye, people of the internet.